Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle and affirmations for today. Today is Monday. It is June 8th. It is 2026. You may follow me on the tag, the tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's affirmations. I decided I wanted to do this. Use this new deck for affirmations before I use it for a reading. So we've got Embracing Fate by Empath Soul. I got that off Amazon for 14 bucks. And it is the cutest little deck. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. So I still have a collective uploading from yesterday. It's only at 70%. It was at 65 when I came in here. There were two uploading. The one uploaded. The one finally uploaded. It was so freaking close. It was like at 90%. I'm like, hello, what are we doing here, YouTube? Why are we so slow? I think you need an update. I think it's time for an update. Because it's not my internet. My internet is fine. We got 3 on the table. You may be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, have it in your chart, or you're going to be dealing with one today. I have all of that in my chart, so. Okay, we kind of got the same message yesterday. Somebody, I'm just going to show it to you. I'm not done pulling cards. Someone feels like they're being silenced. Someone feels like they're not being heard. You might have blocked this person. They're coming towards somebody. Like they're moving towards somebody. They're gonna say something. They want to say something. We're gonna do 2 more shuffles. 4 on the table. Someone might be confused. I don't know if this is you or them, but like you might go, if this resonates and this is someone you were dealing with or currently are dealing with, you might go back in your head about it. Like, I want to be friends with them. I want them to be my lover. I don't. You know, like there's something about like a back and forth. We kind of got this message yesterday. Probably the one that's freaking loading. 1 more shuffle. And I think this, I'm sure, like, if it's a situation, if it resonates, I'm sure you're upset, but they're upset. Sad, even. Six with bottom of the deck. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Could be you. You could have it in your chart. It could be them. I think it's funny that the reading rounds out with signs. So we got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got blocked, silence. We've got it's about to pay off. It's about to pay off. I'm picturing one of the guys from Sopranos. I can never remember any of their names other than Tony. Or Paulie. I can't remember any of their names. I need space. Overwhelmed. Boundaries. Retreat. If this person comes in for conversation wanting to know why they've been ostracized, blocked, silenced, you might feel like you need time to work through things. They might feel like it too once they hear your response. We are working on it, planning. And again, bottom of the deck, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I think it's interesting that the first card and the last card were signs. Like that's you or them, or you could all, you could have all of these in your chart. They could have all of these in their chart. The only one that I don't have in my chart on these 2 cards is Capricorn. I don't have any Capricorn. I'm a Virgo rising. I'm an Aries moon. I have Taurus, Leo, and Sagittarius in my chart. Everybody pretty much has almost everything in their chart. Typically. That's why everybody's so fiery and passionate. Or just angry. Or just angry. I'm drinking my electrolyte drink. I know, Homer, and I know it's you. I can tell your cry anywhere. Now, I don't like it when readers say this, because they're always like, oh, somebody's going to come in and they're going to bring you a gift. I don't think that this person is going to bring you a gift. Like, you see all these little gold medallions in this chest. I think that this person thinks that you are the gift. And maybe vice versa. Maybe this is someone that, like, you really loved. Again, friend, family member, lover, it doesn't matter. And I don't look at that like I don't look at this in like a negative way. Like, haha, I'm coming to steal your money and your energy. No, I'm not looking at it like that. Like, this person is coming in because A, they thought the two of you were something. Again, whether you're family members, friends, lovers, they thought you were something. B, they feel like they were shut out. They feel like they were ostracized, blocked, silenced. And they want to come up with some type of solution. Like, you know, like if you were lovers, like, can we at least just be friends? Can we call a truce? Like, if we're family members, same thing, right? If we're friends, same thing. Like, can we just work on this? Can we figure it out? Can we talk it through? I'm a Gemini. Geminis are supposed to be the great communicators of the zodiac. Let me tell you something. Aries moon, Virgo rising, and Leo north node. It is not easy for me to communicate. I have gotten way better over the years. I have definitely got better since my separation and my divorce, when I had to sit down and have the big discussion with the ex-husband. I have definitely gotten better at communicating. But I've also gotten better at holding my tongue and knowing when I should say something and when I shouldn't. And this kind of reminds me, not that I at all think he feels like this, because I don't, but if you follow, if you subscribe, this kind of reminds me of my having to deal with the guy at work that I was in love with. I don't at all think that he feels like he needs to come in and say something. But my whole point to bring it up is I tried to communicate with him and was shut down. You know, he didn't want to communicate with me. So I walked on to live my life. And maybe that's how you felt. If this resonates for you, maybe you said something and they didn't say anything back, or what they said was worthless, you know, like it didn't compute, or it didn't register, or it just felt like it had no meaning at the time. So maybe you walked on. You know, maybe you decided, okay, I'm going to go into that corner, I'm going to heal myself, and I'm going to pretend like you don't exist. In my opinion, that is perfectly fine. We're all human. We all need to do what we need to do to take care of ourselves first and foremost. This person still has a valid point. Even if they didn't say anything, you know? Even if they didn't say anything. Even if the guy that I was in love with last year, I tried to talk to him. He didn't want to talk to me. He still has a valid point. Like, I don't understand what's happening here. And it would be another discussion, right? Like, and I'm just using this as an example. But if the guy I was in love with last year came back to me and said, okay, can we talk? Like, can we figure this out? I would be like, yeah, sure. If you want to talk, like, let's talk. And we would sit down, right? And we would start talking. And I would say, like, listen, you just need to explain to me one thing first before I listen to you. Because last year, I offered up communication and I wanted to have a discussion, and you didn't want that. So why did you not want that then? And why do you want it now? And that is a perfectly valid question for somebody to ask, just as it is perfectly valid for them to change their mind and want to come back around and say something, you know, a year later, a month later, whatever. Everybody's feelings and thoughts and ideas are valid. The question is how do you respond to those? Because that's the thing, right? Like, I tried to communicate with him last year. He did not want to. Now he does. Okay, fine. Let's talk. But tell me why you didn't want to talk then. And no judgment. No judgment. Just tell me why you ignored me last year. Perfectly valid to ask that question. Would he have an answer? I have no idea. But I'm just saying, this is just a scenario, right? Everybody's feelings are always valid. Even if you are in pain, that does not mean that that other person isn't in pain. And again, I think you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself first. I think you owe it to yourself to get answers if you need answers, if you want some type of closure, right? But I think it also is a part of us being human to recognize when you see somebody else in pain and to acknowledge that and allow them to say what they need to say. Because here's the thing, you sit down and you have a two-way discussion and you both say what you have to say. You know, maybe that's gonna cause an epiphany moment for you, but maybe it's gonna cause an epiphany moment for them too. And maybe the whole perspective on the situation is gonna change. Hopefully for the better, right? We're all adults. Well, I mean, I hope we're all adults. I swear to God, this is like the second, the third time, I don't know. Second time that something like this has come up where somebody felt like, yesterday it was in the Fearless Familiars reading, where the person felt like they were silenced, like they weren't allowed to communicate, like they were left on the back burner, left out in the cold. And you guys know, use your intuition on this. If you're getting good vibes, if you're not getting good vibes, I'm not seeing anything. Probably because everybody's situation would be different, right? Just like I could have 5 people that I can think of in my head that could possibly come back from the past to say something. 2 of them bad vibes, 3 of them would probably be okay, right? Everybody's different. So take how it resonates for you. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I'm going to go check on Homer because he's been crying at that door for 12 minutes. I'll talk to you later.